Hi everybody!
Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode
Of This Should Bother You podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're on episode 9.
Yeah.
We've done a lot.
Guys, we're reaching 10. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot, okay?
Yeah, it's a lot and the season's nearly coming to an end, I guess.
Let's not even talk about it. We're still here for a bit. You can still rewatch us as much as you like, but the girls are going to need a little bit of a break at some point.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Not too long.
Yeah.
Won't disappear forever. You know? But what has been bothering you this week, darling?
Oh, she knows what's been bothering
They don't know what's been bothering you, so please share with the class.
I don't even know where to start. Obviously, I'm going to be very, very smart with the way I say what's been bothering me. But one thing I will say, guys, don't ever think that just because you're a small creator or because you're just starting and it's your first thing or whatever, that there's still not people around you who want to ride off of you. There's still not people around you that want to use you. Some people just have light in them, have so much kindness in them that a lot of people could take advantage of. And I really, really believe that everyone should protect themselves and don't trust anyone so quickly. I told Pateka the other day, I was like, if anyone comes up to you and is interested in helping you creatively, like, do your research, stalk them, go on LinkedIn, go on people's experiences of what it was like working with them. I think that's important. Just because someone knows someone doesn't mean that they're verified. Ask about their
background.
Yeah. What was their experience with them? And that's something I didn't do. So I found myself in a little bit of a situation which has been really upsetting. And it's just made me feel violated and used, and it's just broken my heart. And I just wish I could go back in time, and I think I've just been beating myself up about it. So I think what's been bothering me is the fact that I'm letting my mistakes like hold something over me in a way. But I think at the same time, I need to remember this is a blessing in disguise, and that it's allowed me to help more people and let people, like, even now that I'm telling you guys, like, be careful. There are people out there who just want to use you, so you need to be careful. Do your research. But what's been bothering me this week is being used and feeling violated. But I think the main thing that's been bothering me is the fact that I'm just like beating myself up about it. And she's seen me do that. And I think, yeah, that's what's been bothering me this week.
Stop beating yourself up about it.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
What's done is done.
Like, she told myself, well, we were all speaking about it because we all are familiar with the situation.
Yeah.
And myself and one of our other friends was like to her, like, dude, like, you can't let this eat you up. Like, you're literally letting it erode. Like, it's literally taken up so much emotional bandwidth and time of hers this week that I hope that today will be like a turn around the corner. What do people say?
A leaf? A leaf? A new leaf turned?
That sounds close enough.
That sounds, if you guys know what we're saying, put in the comments, please.
Turn of a new leaf.
Being bilingual or trilingual is, things like this happen, guys.
You know what I'm trying to say? Anyways, be grand.
Yeah.
Be grand.
Be
the
grand.
point of
Be
what I'm
grand.
trying to say.
Keep going.
Keep going. And it's really hard to like she was telling me, like, avoid certain people, but it's like, guys, it's hard. At every stage of your career, you're always going to find people who are shady. So I guess it's like we can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can only do so much to avoid people. The best that we can do is just like hope and pray that we are protected and doing what is God's will for our life, and then move from there. Also, like, no one can mess around with what God has for you at the end of the day.
100%.
No one has the individual power to do that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta move in that. But yeah.
100%. But what's been bothering you?
Ooh, what's been bothering me this week, guys? I don't know. I must say, like, I don't think I have anything necessarily bothering me per se.
Good.
I think it's just been like, I'm in a new phase of my life. I just started a new job. So I'm just like getting used to, having a new routine, being around new people and doing all that stuff. But it's all been good things. And I've just really been adjusting to it all. So yeah, like I don't have a complaint with regards to that. Do you know what I mean? Something very random that I thought to bring up for this week was medical adverts in the United States of America. I know this really is random and it's like so feels very irrelevant to the conversation, but like no, honestly guys, we were sitting and watching TV the other day. I think we were watching the new like Love Island spin-off show.
Yeah.
And it was just like like let's say it's advertising anxiety meds. Anxiety meds, great to decrease your cortisol, whatever. Please be careful of might make you suicidal, might make you want to commit murder, might make you want to jump off a building, might make you have eczema, might make you have gestational diabetes even if you're not pregnant, might make you like what? Do you want to sell the medication? Do you want to sell the medication?
No, and it's
I feel like you're threatening my life.
just in general adverts in the USA. United States of America is very strange because tell me why am I driving down the highway and I'm just seeing a man smiling with shattered glass around him? Have he got into an accident? There's shattered glasses around him. Or there's one, do you need dental health? There's a man smiling and
I
teeth are
love
missing.
those ads, man. You see, if you ever find yourself driving through like Commerce, those areas,
yeah, Commerce is the one, and Adriana,
the you'll see,
and the people Johnny, Adriana, Jose,
she knows them by name.
All of these people, I'm like,
that's how much we see their bobo.
And you see the big numbers. I'm like, and I was with my friend. I was with Bing. I think I told you as well. I was like, if I actually call this number, will Adriana actually pick up?
We should do that one day just for fun. We should just call for fun. And there's so many like, have you been like injured at work? Like,
it's
the state
weird.
of certain industries advertising is just weird.
It's so strange, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable every time I see them. I'm like, why are you smiling? Isn't this a serious matter?
Bruh. And I know that like technically, I think it's a legal thing is with medication that like they have to give like the terms and conditions, but
even in the UK you give terms and conditions.
Surely there's a better way
and
to
they
do it.
deliver it better.
Roll it up the screen.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, please. You sound like you're threatening my well-being at this point.
Literally.
Like, but, anyways, guys, speaking of eras of our life and not having complaints and being in goodness and joy, we have been going to festivals.
We have.
We've been going to film festivals, and we thought we'd have a conversation about it because I feel like a lot of people who go to film school, like, the concentration is on the actual making of the thing that you're doing, whether that is in producing, directing, writing, cinematography, production design, whatever. And then you create this beautiful piece of work, right? And then everyone knows in general, like, oh, festivals or online platforms or get a distribution through a sales agent, whatever. But like, we just don't feel like a lot of people actually share with you what it's like as far as like actually getting to the point of getting your films in there. Like, how do people get in there? What is it like when you get there? What are the rewards that you reap from actually being a part of festivals? So we kind of wanted to have a little bit of a chat about that.
Yeah, 100%. Both our films got into festivals, which has been really nice, and we've like been there for both of our films. I production design on her film, which was quite fun. So it's really exciting times. And yeah, it's really cool. Obviously, like I think I put a lot of emphasis on festivals. Like I was really obsessed with getting into festivals, and I had a situation where I was promised that I get it, like someone would help me get into festivals, and it didn't really happen. So I think I lost a bit of hope, and I spent a lot of money. So there's a lot of things I learned through this whole festival thing, and I'm sure like you've learned as well, because we've kind of had to kind of like take charge for both of our projects individually. So yeah, do you want to also speak about that as well?
Yeah, so obviously when you're done with your film, you now have this beautiful project on your hands and you want people to see it. Finding that audience through in the independent like industry, whatever country you're in, film festivals are usually a good avenue for like that initial push, that initial marketing, networking, getting to meet the people who could help you like advance your career, advance your film, etc. So there's different platforms that help you do this. Film Freeways one is one of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
That like you use it to apply to a bunch of different festivals. First thing we learned, festivals cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. Those applications aren't free. Some of them are, especially if you're a student, like the Student Academy Awards, for instance, is free. DGA is free. There's few and far between ones. Most of them cost money. Anything from like $20 to $100.
Yeah.
Depending on like how on time you are, how
What deadlines you go to.
yeah, what deadlines you go to, what category you're submitting in.
Are you a student, not a student?
Exactly how big the festival is. Like
Yeah.
your top tier festivals are obviously going to cost you more money than your medium tier, your lower tier festivals. So that's the first thing to consider. It's like, don't go into creating a project without accounting for the fact that you need to pay for distribution. Distributions are free unless you're going to upload it onto YouTube. That's free, obviously.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not free. The second thing is, it's a lot of work.
It's so much work.
It's a lot of work. Like, it's writing these cover letters, it's creating your electronic press kit, which is like all your marketing materials, from like collecting people's bios who are part of your crew, to maybe social media, videos, stills, anything that can help other people who know nothing about your film become acquainted with the world that you try to create. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah, someone has to do it. And sometimes there only may be one person that's doing it. And that's okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It happens.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
But so I think we have both been in circumstances where we just ended up being the people carrying a lot of the work on that behalf. I've also must say that I've experienced the opposite. Like, I've experienced being part of a project where like the director was doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the festivals, and I think that really helped me, because where I was able to like help and support him and then become involved, I learned a lot about like what to do now that I was in a position where I had to do all of it by myself.
Yeah.
So, well, for the most part. So, yeah, I think another thing to just be aware of is it is time consuming. It does require a lot of labor. You are going to require things from people, especially when it comes to like final cuts. I mean, sorry, not final cuts, trailers.
Yes.
That's another thing that I learned that I was telling Sahar.
Yeah.
Like, get your
trailers made
as soon as the film is
ASAP.
done.
Literally, that's what I did.
As soon as the film is done,
Literally,
get your trailer made. Because, guys, like, honestly, people are only tied to your project for a certain amount of time. Whether that's contractually in the real world or through school, because people's lives move on, people move cities, etc. And it's really hard trying to get pieces together like a year or two later when people just aren't as invested in the project anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's my piece of advice, is get it made ASAP.
100%.
So that you have it in case. While everyone is still like really invested in the story.
No, literally. That's so true. I think I learnt a bunch of things by doing festivals and everything. Make sure before you submit to like festivals, make sure what the festivals want. With me, it's something actually Pateka told me beforehand, but I just didn't take seriously enough.
She doesn't listen to me. She just doesn't listen to me.
I do, but I just like learning things for myself sometimes.
Oh, see, do things for the plots. There's the plots.
So she always said to me, because both her films are from, I think the Hub. Your other one is 12 minutes. This one's 14 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mine would take basically close to 19. It was 18:30. But that's because I made the credits 3 minutes long. Did I have to do that? No. But did I have a good reason? Yes. But will the festivals understand that reason? No. Okay. That's the problem I had. My film with credits was 18 minutes and 30 seconds, right? I'm grateful that it's getting into festivals now, really happy. But what I think I should have done is made sure that film stayed around 15 minutes, 16 minutes.
Because the thing is, guys, like film festival programmers usually show your films within a block. Yes. Like they'll do a block of like 4, 5, 6 films, depending on like whatever commonality that they see amongst your film and others. Yeah. And people in the audience sit down for a block. There's no interruption. They don't tell you who's screening when. So you're sitting down for a block of like 5, 6 films. If each of those films was like 30 minutes, you'd be there for like 2.5 hours. No one is signing up for that. So they definitely prioritize films that are more like, I don't want to say shorter to discourage people from making longer films. They are distribution avenues for people who have longer films. It's just, like she said, know what they want and know what kind of festivals you're trying to get into.
100%.
If you're trying to get into a festival that programs in the way that I'm describing, err on the side of caution with making your film too long.
100%. And also one other thing is like, obviously you never know who's going to see your film. You never know if like, our professors always told us, submit to the biggest festivals. You never know, right? But at the same time, network whilst you're submitting to festivals. I think one thing I should have rinsed and should have used is connecting with more people who are programmers and contacting programmers and networking with programmers and just talking about your film or whatever space you're hanging out with filmmakers. Talk about your film. Someone be like, oh wait, that sounds good, I know a programmer. Put money aside for festivals. Put money aside. You should put 1K at least aside for festivals. Dollars. And DCP money. DCP is what. By the way, I have to do a new DCP now soon. Imagine the DCP I paid for was $315, darling. Because obviously, and why was it more expensive? Because my film was longer.
That part. Do you see how domino effect?
Yeah.
You get?
Don't make your film more than 15-16 minutes.
Yes, and if it's a short film, because
Yes.
here's my chat. If you're pushing 20 minutes, like at that point you're going into like the 30-minute almost pilot time. Like, think about it, guys. Comedic pilots are 21 minutes runtime
Yes.
usually. Ads is what makes it 30 minutes. Now, at that point, you need to how short of a film are you actually making? If you want to be part of the 30-40 minute programming of festivals, then go there. But you can't be competing with like 5-minute films with a 20-minute film. Like, be serious.
No, be serious.
Decide what you want, actually.
And like, no, like it had to be drilled into my head. Obviously, Pateka kept telling me, and then when I got to my third year, my professors were like, please cut this down. One thing I was like, oh, my babies are being killed. No. You are being saved. By having less time, making your film shorter, you are, like Pateka said, you're more programmable. And that's what you want, right? And then when you get noticed from these festivals, you get the money, go and make your feature. Go and make your pilot. You know, we made 3 films at our university. Well, I've made 3 films directing wise. I know you did more. But I think the first one was if I could go back, I wish I would have like prepared myself better for that one. But the 2 that I'm most happy with is my second one and my third one. But what I wish I knew for my second one is to not make it so long. I wish I did that in the editing stages, because sometimes filmmakers just want to keep repeating themselves in the film, and you'll catch yourself doing that when you watch it back a couple years later. You're like, I'm saying the same thing in every scene.
You're repeating the same.
The same beat. Like it's interesting when you look back at your films, but at the end of the day, we're here, we've experienced it, so we're telling you guys, so hopefully you can take this on. And you know, when you submit to festivals now, you have a better idea, because we didn't know that much, even though we had someone at our school that was meant to help us with these things.
I think experience is sometimes the best teacher, which is why, like, I was obviously teasing Sahar about not listening to me, but like sometimes you just have to experience things for yourself, and that's genuinely how you'll learn. You know 100%. What I mean? Because until you experience them for yourself, it's almost like your brain is not gonna accept that it has to be that way, because you still feel like you're still negotiating with your reality. I'm like, maybe I'll be the exception here, and it's like
100%. So I think the next thing we wanted to address is, like, obviously before the whole festivals and everything like that, I think one thing we've realized is that it's so important to have a good group of people around you making the film that also care about the film as much as you do. Because I think Pateka said this a couple times before as well. It takes a village. It really takes a village. So who are these people with you? Do you know what I mean? Through this filmmaking process, from pre-production to production to post to festivals. I think it's important
and beyond. Because there's more than festivals.
Yes. And I think it's important to have people who will love the film as much as you do and care about the topic and the discussions around this film as much as you do.
Even if, okay, and this is where, like, I agree with you, but also a lesson that I have learned is very few times are you going to find people who care as much as you do.
True.
I think it's just about finding people who resonate with it enough in their own way that they also care about the story.
Yes.
Even if it's not necessarily as much as you do, because like that's hard. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, 100%.
And I think I've seen this on both ends, whether I was writing or whether I was not writing, because like I produced stuff for people that I had no say as far as like the story, not no say, but like I didn't write it, right? And they will always have a more like deep connection with it than I will, but I will always do it justice for the reasons that I believe the story matters for. Do you know what I mean? And I think that that's what matters more, because sometimes it's like you will break your own heart thinking that people care as much as you do, because sometimes they really don't. Sorry to be all dark as that, but
No, I mean, sometimes they don't, and it's unfortunate. But I think what I've experienced is, which I feel like this is the line, like, I know and appreciate and don't mind, is like, for example, I'm the type of person, if I've made something, I'm doing it properly and I'm going to see it through and keep pushing it.
yeah.
And because I put a lot of time and effort into it, and that thing needs to be nurtured and protected and pushed, right? Whereas I've got friends who I've worked with projects where they're like, yes, we love the project as much as you do, but like, they're like, let's move on to the next thing. What's the next thing? Which I also appreciate, but I think for me it's just like, okay, like, then I take the role of, okay, I am the mother, this is my baby, let me see how much I can push it. But yeah, there are some people who be like, okay, next project, especially cinematographers and like stuff like that. Like, they're always on the go and stuff and trying to create films and keep going and filming and shooting and being on other people's G&E, or, do you know what I mean? Like teams and stuff like that, cine teams. So there's obviously different like people on the crew that will have to just keep pushing and going, and they will keep it in the back of their mind, but they won't be the forefront and the focus of festivals and beyond. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make sure to have a good group of people around
up with
you.
the right people.
Yeah.
Don't just focus on people's like technical capabilities. What's their heart posture? What matters to them?
Yeah.
What do they believe in? Where do their politics lie?
Yes.
Who, like, do you get what I mean? Like, how do they move in this world? Because that'll dictate how you work with him. You don't think it will, but it will.
Yeah, it will. And one other thing is like, deep who you had before you got the attention from what you've made. One thing I think I experienced, which I was just like, I see you guys. In my first year of university, I was quite like I was quite not emotionally lonely. There was a lot going on back in Iran, and I was the first time I was away from my family. You know, it was during the Women Life Freedom movement. I couldn't contact my friends. My friends were going through it. My family was going through it. So I was really upset, but I had a small amount of people who still to this day are my really, really good friends, who saw me and saw my script and saw who I am as a person, and they took a chance on me and they took a chance on the film, and we're still making films with each other, we're still helping each other, even outside of films we're there for each other, right? But after I made the film and it had ended up being really good, I started seeing all these people like, Sahar, oh my god, you, like, to me and my cinematographer friend, they were like, wow, Sahar, like, you guys did amazing, you guys are an amazing like team, I can't believe you made this, like, we should hang out, we should get some coffee, and it's like, thank you, but aren't you the same person who said I wasn't a really good director before? Weren't you the same person who ignored me when I reached out to you to get help? Now you want to go out for coffee? And if you lot are actually watching this, yeah, if you feel like it's about you, it probably is. There was a lot of people in my institution that did that to me. I will never forget.
She said, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah, if the shoe fits, fucking wear it. Like, I went through so much in that institution, and the people know who they are. Unfortunately, majority of them were men. Not unfortunately, well, they always are men. And some girlies as well, mate. Some girlies out there as well. And it was really, I think that hurt more than being ignored and not listened to. It's like, oh, so now that I've done something, you want my attention and you want to hang out with me. This girl's been there for me in my lowest and highest moments. So have my other friends. I know who they are. But I also know who was there when I was just doing good, not when I was doing bad. I will never forget when, I think we spoke about the situation where our camera got stolen and everything. I will never forget, our friend Chaewon was with me, and I couldn't hold myself together. I'm not like Pateka. Like, Pateka's really good at like holding herself together in situations like this and kind of breaking things down in her head, whereas I just feel it all and I collapse. So I remember I just collapsed onto the floor, and Chaewon was there. She was dealing with like police reports and stuff like that. I was just crying, and you could see all these filmmakers that were in my class just looking at me and walking past. Only like out of the 10 people that walked past, one girl that I barely speak to came up to and was like, are you okay? Chaewon was like, you can't be doing this. My friend got me off the floor and put me in her car to cry, because it was like, these people aren't going to come and like help you and ask you how you are. They're going to ignore you. And that's the type of place I was in. So obviously when I see people coming up to me after I've made a good film with so much love, I'm going to remember those times as well. Anyways, remember that who was in your highest but most importantly, lowest moments with you.
Yeah.
That's one advice I would give about teaming up and who the people are around you.
Because the thing is, guys, like, making films is not always fun. It's not always fun. It's a lot of work. And what people see on the other side, as far as like when we start sharing our stuff, first of all, it takes years to even get there. So I'm very grateful for like the friends and family who are like there from when we're just saying the idea up until it's actually out in the world, because hey, that could be years, you know what I mean? And sometimes people who only see it on the other end of like when we're starting to like share stuff, like just realize, obviously creatives always realize how much work it takes, but those who aren't in the space, like, guys, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. And we always appreciate the people who are by our side regardless of what things may look like right now, because you don't know what things will look like in a few months or in a few years, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I think the other thing I wanted to speak about was just also like, so you get into your film festival and now you're wondering, should I go? Is it worth it? What is the actual value that I'm going to derive from it? And from my experience, I mean, between last year and this year, I've been to a couple of screenings, festivals, etc. It is an exciting thing, right? To get into a festival, you screen, and it's always such a good feeling for a story that you care about to find a new audience, whether they love it or not. Like the fact that you have moved people to the point where they want to engage with the subject matter and form opinions and like reflect on where they relate. Like, to me, that is so rewarding. I can't even put it into words. So that part of it is always valuable. And film festivals, if they run right, will always give you that, right? Because they will have some sort of audience that you get. But with regards to like, because I think what I saw as well with like our other film that got into festivals is like, I think people expected that more visibility and getting all these accolades immediately equated to more money, and that's not the case. But yeah, if what you want is like to make money off of your film, you need to consider the avenues in which you're trying to distribute it. Maybe really what you need to do is look for pay platforms that are buying things and sell your film there. Maybe what you need to do is try build a really big online audience and earn ad spend. Maybe what you need to do is get an agent, and in that way maybe being festivals can help you, but like they do not directly correlate to you earning money.
100%.
At all.
No. And one other thing is like manager. I think what I've heard is agents are good, but having a manager first to make sure that the agent you bring on isn't a fraud.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights?
But I don't know if you guys also know anything about that, but I've been told manager is like really important and stuff. But that's the thing as well. It's like, you think these accolades are going to get you money and stuff, but like you have to be prepared. Like maybe you'll be really lucky and something will happen, but majority of the time just take it as an experience of meeting people and networking again.
Yes.
That's
and a validation.
And validation is good. Yeah.
That's the value you derive off of them, but they're not like an avenue for revenue.
Yeah.
And rhyme on purpose, but anyway. But,
no, yeah.
So yeah, that's just something that I kind of learned from them. And also like not all of them are made equally. Like we really love and appreciate the festivals that see us and want to show our films. But like I've another thing that I've learned is like a festival that communicates well with its creators makes the world of a difference.
It really does.
Makes the world of a difference to your experience as a filmmaker, but also to experience as an audience member, someone who's just attending the screenings. Like it makes a very big difference. So
it does 100%. And like, it's such a breath of fresh air when like festivals are like, here is this is what, and especially when they run things properly, because I've been to festivals where like I didn't even know I was a finalist, and then I never found out what happened. I never found out what happened. Whereas like some festivals are like, okay, you've been selected. Okay, are you going to be a finalist? Are you going to be a semi-finalist? Are you going to win this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's structure. Yeah. So look for festivals with structure, whether they'll be like small, medium size, big, budget well. Find out what tiers you want to go through first. Do you think you want to put your film for like the first tier, or would you go from like, or do you want to just go into second or third tiers?
I think also this would be a good thing to mention is don't only apply for top tier festivals.
Don't do that.
Like, please.
Unless you have a lot of time on your hands. But this is one thing I will say, it's not even time. Some festivals don't want films older than a certain date.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. So, which is the tricky part of it, right? Because we got told apply for top tiers first, then do this, then this. But then someone else is like, no, do a mix. If you're going to apply for 2 good ones, apply for 3 medium ones.
Yeah,
or
which
3 smaller ones.
I still think is the best thing because like at least then, because I feel like it's really disheartening to keep applying for a really long time and not getting back.
Yeah.
And if you only, I'm not saying your project won't get in, it could get in, I don't know. But it's just like if you only bet on like big name festivals, you are increasing your probability of being disappointed, really and truly.
Yeah.
But if you mix it up, there's a good chance. And then once you get a couple of acceptances, you can decide, okay, this is where I want to give my premiere to. This is where, like, these ones don't care about premiere status. These ones, do you know what I mean? Like, just, yeah, there's so much to think about. And we're having this conversation to hopefully help other creators, but also we are learning ourselves as we go on. I mean, we are still very much early in this game. There's still lots we need to learn about like other distribution avenues, about getting representation, about sales agents and all that jazz. Like we have so much to learn, but I think the beauty in us giving ourselves a platform to share our story and share our creativity is that as we learn, so do you.
Yeah.
And
if you have any questions for us, like let us know in the comments about films and stuff, filmmaking festivals. We'll try and like answer them to the best of our like abilities. But yeah, what have you been watching this week? Moving on.
Moving right along. Okay.
Same thing, you know, film festivals, film. What have you been watching, you know?
Girl, have I been watching anything?
No, me
I
neither.
told you guys I started a new job. Didn't I tell you? I haven't had time to watch anything. I've been watching a lot of podcasts while I work.
Yeah. Oh, one thing we did watch is another podcaster interviewing one of our favorite islanders who came 3rd place.
Queen. Yeah, that was
tea.
She also
I love her.
like the winner of this past season,
Amaya.
Yeah. She was brilliant. Like, yeah, well done. Her name's Alex Cooper. Alex.
I don't call her daddy. I just call her.
Call her daddy's not her name.
Alex. I know it's Alex. I know it's Alex,
sure it's
but I don't know her last name.
She did a phenomenal job, in my humble opinion. With both interviews, like I was thoroughly entertained. I really enjoyed that. So, just as far as like, media we've been consuming.
Yeah, a lot more
podcasts. I've been trying to get back into reading, and I'm currently reading a book by xoxo called She Dances with Darkness. It's set in Lesotho, very interesting. I'm taking my time with it. It's been taking me time because obviously I also don't have a lot of time. But maybe I'll give you guys a little bit of a review when I'm done. But it's just been so interesting to actually just immerse myself because I actually haven't read a lot of fictional literature that's set in Lesotho. So I'm enjoying that for the time being. That's it.
Yeah.
I need to start watching Shaka Ilembe. That's the next thing on my to-do list. But as far as content I've been consuming or could recommend, that's about it, darlings.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been trying to watch the Jurassic Park film.
Oh.
But there's this other one, it's called Sorry Baby. There's this new film called Sorry Baby and it's getting a lot of hype. I think it's called Sorry Baby. I may be wrong, but I'm going to go watch that hopefully soon as well. But that's about it, to be honest. We've just been going through it this week in different ways. So, yeah.
But hopefully next time.
Yes.
Maybe next week. I feel like we said this last time. That next episode we will watch something.
Don't drag us.
It's coming, guys. Please. It's also summer.
Loading, yeah.
Like weekends outside. There's lots happening.
There's a lot happening.
But thank you for being patient with us.
Thank you, darling.
For tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode or any of our other episodes, please share it with your friends.
Like, comment, subscribe.
That part. Help us build this platform. And we'll see you in the next one.
See you. Bye.